This is one of the highest ranked Abrams players right now, and we're going to analyze how they came back from an almost unwinnable game. We're going to try go over the highlights of this match and skip some of the filler. So we've got Abrams versus Hayes in this lane. They both actually swapped, which is quite funny. Sorry for the visual glitch as well. Gonna get some early damage on the Hayes, force her to back up. Just focused on trying to secure souls right now. Now the Hayes is playing pretty far up. Obscure as he's taking his 2 as his second ability point. So he does try and charge, but unfortunately he just misses with that. He falls a little bit too short. And the Hayes is getting some good poke on him. Or some good harass even. The Abrams definitely doesn't want to play too passively here. He's going to get the charge off. Unfortunately, the Hayes just manages to sleep dagger him before he can finish charging. We can get the stun. And the Hayes is getting him pretty low. And this little visual bug is really getting in the way. It's really annoying. If anyone knows how to fix that, please tell me. The Abrams is pretty low, so he's going to have to play a little bit defensively here. Oh, that was a very close sleep dagger. If she managed to get that off, the Hayes, the Abrams was probably dead there. He's picked up melee lifesteal in close quarters as his first items, which is pretty smart. I mean, he needs that extra survivability with the melee lifesteal, and close quarters isn't a bad choice, seeing how aggressively the Hayes is playing right now. And now he's going to try and catch the Hayes out here. Going to manage to get the charge off, and this should be a kill here. Nice. And finally, the Hayes is punished for playing aggressively. And he should be able to get a bit of damage done on this Guardian here. He's going to stun it. He's going to take a lot of damage to the Guardian there. But he's going to also have done a lot of damage. So he can just back off now. You can get some items here. And he's going to get monster rounds and extra health. He's already picked up Spirit Strike, so now his kit is a little bit online, and he's definitely got a bit of a power buff over the Hayes right now. But the Hayes is still playing pretty aggressively. He's just going to get this wave before he engages with the Hayes. Now he's got his ult, so he's definitely in a good position here. Hayes manages to sleep dagger again, and then she will manage to get away from this. And the Hayes is really countering that charge very nicely with the sleep dagger. And he's going to actually manage to get the charge off this time. And the pocket comes in to finish her off. That was a very nice gank by the pocket there. But now the Viscous is here. Unfortunately, he manages to land the hit there. And Abrams is just going to run here. He's got his 2 ready. He's going to use it to run away a little bit here. And he's going to use his 4 as well. Unfortunately, he gets stuck on the roof there, so now he's in a very bad position. The Hayes and the Viscous are there trying to do as much damage as possible. You can see they're just in the corridor there. And they're probably going to they're trying to cut him off. But they're both low now. He's popped his Siphon Life. He's very low here. He manages to get the parry on the Viscous and manages to take him down. Now the Hayes is low as well, so she's had to back off. And that was just an insane trade right there. And now that they've got that Guardian, they can, the Abrams is very much free to just roam around here. He's got his full kit online for the early game. And now they're going to push this Walker as well. He's going to parry that. Carry on going for the Paradox. Somehow that charge doesn't do anything to the Paradox, but they still get the kill either way, so it doesn't matter too much. And they're really going to try and push this Guardian and make sure they secure it. They are going to get the Guardian, but Abrams decides not to push the Walker here. They are going to be forced back. They aren't going to be able to push that Walker. And now he notices the Hayes is pushed up on his lane. And so he's going to take it as prime opportunity to punish him. Really nice gank on the Hayes there to secure that kill. And now they're going to manage to push that wave as well. And we're going to see him finally buy melee charge, which is going to give him a huge power spike as well. I mean, melee charge is just a must-buy item on Abrams. Not only does it help with your ammo, but, you know, obviously it gives you huge distance on your melee, but it's also going to help you with your ammo as well. And they are going to kind of get forced back here. And he's probably going to end up dying here. The Paradox uses his ult, and he manages to get the kill on the Dynamo, but unfortunately the Paradox does manage to finish him off. He's playing very objective based right now. And now they're going to manage to get this Guardian as well. And you can see he's just very objective orientated right now. He's not necessarily just trying to pick people off and try and get ganks. He's very much trying to further the team's goals. And he thinks about pushing this Walker, but he sees the Ivy coming. And he is going to get forced back here. The Ivy uses their ability. And now he's looking to push this line instead. does see the paradox, so he decides to disengage. Even though Abrams is just an absolute monster early game, he's not too concerned with just going for kills. He sees the haze, so he's going to try and pick her off. He's playing very carefully, very quiet. Fortunately, he's running, so the haze has definitely heard him. And she's just run off now. But yeah, he's playing very reserved right now. He's just going for objectives, you know. He's not necessarily just trying to charge in and rush. Now the Wraith is trying to target him. She ults him, gets insane damage, and she is going to manage to kill him. That's very unfortunate. He might have been able to kill her there if the Ivy didn't come in. But not much you can do there. He was very far pushed up. And again, you can see there's a massive team fight happening in the bottom right corner. But he's not concerned. He's just going to keep pushing this Walker, keep getting objectives. People are going to have to come to him. And they are finally starting to... They're all focused on him now. And he's going to try his best to get out. He uses melee charge to get a bit of distance on them. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he uses ult here. And he's going to help this pocket target this dynamo here. And the dynamo is definitely going to go down here. Or not. Or he's going to escape. There's no way. That's insane. Anyway, they're going to take down that Walker. So it's still for the best. The dynamo is going to have to go back to base either way. And maybe they can get this paradox. Yeah, they definitely should be able to get the paradox. Unfortunately, he goes down again, which is just... quite unfortunate, but what can you really do? Basically the entire team just jumped on his back, and that's kind of one of the pitfalls of playing a character like Abrams, who's so strong in the early to mid game. Just because everyone is going to target you, everyone's going to group up, they're going to try and 3v1 you, and they're going to try and make sure that you waste your power spike. But the good thing is that, you know, obviously his teammates are going to be able to farm the map a bit more. They're going to have a bit more space to farm. If everyone's grouped up on him, his teammates are going to have more time to farm, more time to push objectives. And you can see he's not necessarily dominating this game, but he is, you know, he's controlling it, and he's definitely, he's allowing his team to win here. Now, to me, this seems like a bit of a mistake. He's going to take the Soul Urn here, but unfortunately he gets picked off by the Paradox and the Wraith. Paradox actually uses ult on him. The idea is that they're pretty close on souls, so he wants to build a little bit of a lead. But this is just a really risky play to try do this on your own. Now we're going to skip a little bit. We can see there's a little bit of a team fight going on here. Sapphire trying to protect this lane. They don't want them to be able to push onto this Walker. He's going to catch this Viscus out. Unfortunately, he's going to be caught out a little bit here. So he's going to have to back off. And they are falling a little bit behind on souls here. So he's going to do a little bit of farming, focusing on just catching up. Obviously, early game, even with if Abrams is a little bit behind in souls, he can still kind of contest basically most people. Now we've got Hunter's Aura and Fortitude. And we're really not seeing like an Abrams beta type build here. We're very much seeing it as like as a tanky kind of objective taking machine really right now. His team are in a bit of a big team fight, so he's going to just come back and probably rotate round. He's going to get Life Strike here now. And Life Strike, again, is just another really good item on Abrams. Not only does it increase melee damage, but also applies a movement slow and heals you for 65% of damage dealt. That's just insane. Now, you can see they're trying to do mid-boss, and he is going to use his ult. He's going to try and confirm that. And their team does manage to confirm it. He's done his job, so it doesn't matter too much if he dies here. And he's going to do his best to get out of it. He manages to get the Ivy, but he's also going to go down. And he is going to be able to spawn back pretty quickly because of his rejuve buff. But honestly, that was a very important mid-boss for them because they really needed that to just bring back that difference a bit. And now they're going to be able to push a little bit. If the other team managed to get that mid-boss, they most likely would have lost this game. He's going to try and push this Ivy. Fortunately, he gets stunned. And now he's getting ganked by two other players as well, so he's just going to try his best to get out of here. And now the Dynamo and Paradox have come to help out, and he's going to try and run away. Unfortunately, he gets hit off of the zip line, and he's just been caught out here. Definitely pushed up a little bit too far, but it does allow his team to kind of push these lanes here, because now all of these three have committed here. Unfortunately, a lot of them go down here, actually, so not the greatest rejuve in the world, but it is what it is. And in fact, I'm pretty sure Amber have actually pushed further while Sapphire have had the rejuve than they did before. So now the difference in souls is very, very noticeable. 160 to 127. This is just pretty insane, and it's going to be pretty difficult to come back from this. And now they really should be playing a bit more defensively and pushing out these lanes. But unfortunately, he gets caught a little bit too far up there. He tries to use his ult to reposition himself, but unfortunately he gets caught out in the air. And really right now, their team is struggling a lot. They can't seem to win team fights. They can't really push lanes. They're really struggling. Gonna try and get the jump on the Paradox, but they managed to get away. Now he's gonna try and get this tier 3 camp, but unfortunately the Wraith is gonna stop him from doing that. He's gonna get Wraith bolted here, but he manages to get the charge on her. And then the Warden manages to get his ability off on her as well, stuns her, and they manage to get the kill. And you can see he's pretty happy about that. And their team manages to get a really good team fight there, managing to take out most of their team. From that good team fight, they can push up to their base a little bit and try and do some damage. Unfortunately, he's going to get caught out by the Wraith again.
What the hell is happening?
Unfortunately, the Wraith manages to take him out. Pocket comes a little bit late. He's probably not going to be able to help much, and he's probably going to go down as well. The mid boss has arrived, so now the Amber team are going to try and confirm that. Obscure has got his ult, so he should be able to steal it if it does come to that. Now everyone's grouping up around mid. This is really Sapphire's last chance. They need to secure mid boss. Unfortunately, his ult gets stuck on the Kelvin's ice. Manages to get the Dynamo. Now he should be able to get this Wraith as well. Dodges the parry by the Wraith. And he's just going to stick on her. And he manages to secure the kill on her. Now it's just the Ivy and the Viscous left. They managed to get the Ivy. Now it's just the Viscous. He can't really do much. Viscous is going to go down as well now. And now they're going to go mid-boss here. And that is pretty huge for their team. They've managed to almost bring it all the way back just with that one team fight. They're only 10k souls behind now. And now what looked like an absolutely unwinnable game has now become, you know, in the realm of possibility. A very quick mid-boss. And even with this rejuve buff, this is still looking pretty bad for them. You know, they've still got to go and push these waves out. And it is still a very close game. In fact, you'd even say the enemy team still have the advantage here, really. All they have to do is wait out this rejuve buff. Unfortunately, the Kelvin gets singled out and taken. He hears the Ivy. He's going to drop his bomb on him. Fortunately, it doesn't do too much damage. Now we've got Colossus as well, so he's going to be able to do a lot of... So he's going to be very tanky now. Colossus, another very good item on Abrams, also increases melee damage. Now he notices this little skirmish and tries to go and help out. Unfortunately, he misses that charge on the Paradox, and he will go down from the Dynamo's ult. Fortunately, they do get the Dynamo though. And actually, a lot of them go down from that team fight. He notices this Viscous is really far pushed up, so he tries to take advantage of that and tries to get a pick. And he does go into his cube, but it's not going to matter in the end. And they should get him. Nice. And now they're going to hard push this lane. He notices this Ivy on his own, so he tries to go and follow her. He also sees the Solon, but unfortunately this is a bit of a trap, and the Ivy's led him to his teammates. He's going to get ulted by the Wraith. Try and find the nice position to hide from. Unfortunately, he misses the charge. The Wraith manages to teleport away. Now he's just going to target that Dynamo. He gets the ult off. Unfortunately, he's killed quickly though. And now they're going to be able to really push deep into their base. They managed to wipe the entire team. And in the space of, what, 2 good team fights, they pretty much secured the win here. What a crazy game this is. What a crazy comeback. From almost unwinnable to a stomp. They've just, within the space of 2 team fights, they've completely turned around the tide of this game. And this late into the game, everyone's respawn timers are ridiculously long. So they're going to have ages to get this Patron. As he pops Colossus just to make sure he can survive and just get the dub. And yeah, they finish out the game. Insane comeback here.